So here I am, stuck. We learned a lot about quarterbacks from my friend Tony, but he just like disappeared. I don't know if I should call him friend. I don't know what he is. He's some guy, but he disappeared, and we were gonna look at film at quarterback, I think, and I don't know. I'm gonna try to call him back. I hope it doesn't make him mad. I hope I don't get myself killed. But I don't know. I'll just call him back and see how it goes. So I'll be back right after this. All right, well here we go.
Hello?
Hey Tony.
Hey, Jeremy, how are you?
Oh,
Sorry I had to cut you off.
oh, okay. No, that's fine. I was figure something. I didn't know. I didn't know what happened. I know things come up.
Yeah, you know what? A couple of years back, I dropped something in the snow. I was running, I was jogging, right?
Uh huh.
A couple of years back, and these people wanted to talk to me about what I dropped. I mean, they're all over me. You know how these things work.
Okay. All
Where,
right.
where were we? Tell me.
We were we were gonna look at some tape. You wanted to look at a quarterback, I
Oh, yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah. Do me a favor. Bring up Zach Wilson's tape
You want me to bring up Zach Wilson's tape? Okay.
to show, what's wrong.
Okay. Let me make it full screen, and so my viewers at home that watch this recording could get a better view. Okay, I'm gonna hit play. I'm just play his tape. Okay. Wow, look at that deep pass. Woo! Let him
Okay, let me tell
perfectly.
you. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson has never made that pass.
Let me go back.
Zach Wilson, right. Zach Wilson also has never made this pass that you're showing me right now.
Well, I'm gonna go back and look at it one more time. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Look at wow! Did you see that? He led him
Now,
perfectly.
Jeremy, Zach Wilson has never made that pass.
I can't remember. I can't remember any touchdown where the guy was running and in stride stuck his hands out and caught the ball like that.
Right, but he hasn't made that at any level of the field. You're looking the left corner, the right corner, center of the field. He has never made that particular pass. Now go to the next one. Isn't that incredible?
Incredible. Here's one. He throws it deep. Wow, that guy went up and got it in the end zone.
Guess what, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Zach Wilson has never made that type of pass either, a fake. You're talking 1,800 attempts.
Right.
NFL, college, 3 years of college. You will not find that throw. What do you got to say about that?
That's crazy. That's crazy because I'm thinking about it, and his touchdown passes seem to be mostly where he rolls out to the left. That's all I think in my head, and then he throws it straight up, and usually the receiver is facing him, like it's not a lead pass.
He doesn't hit anything vertical and horizontal in the end zone. He's never hit a dig route cutting across the end zone, in the end zone, and that's why they have problems in the red zone. Now you're looking at this. You're looking at multiple throws he has never made. Now there's another tape of Sam Howell
when he was at UNC.
Yeah, pull that up. Okay, this is the Coles touchdown and the Garrett Wilson touchdown. So an offensive coordinator could actually use this type of throw. This is a ball placement throw. This isn't the same game. This is a perfectly thrown deep ball. So he has never done that. You have never seen that in a Zach Wilson tape.
Wow, look at that.
Okay, he's done that once or twice in his life. But what we're trying to get to here is that these are standard, everyday throws that you see in the NFL. You don't see this in Zach Wilson's tape. Did you see that touch throw right there?
Yeah.
That's non-existent in his tape. You will never see a throw like that in 6 years of football. Are you watching this?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I think we need a quarterback who can throw passes like that could lead the receiver. Man, I mean, I forgot what it looks like to have a quarterback throw a perfect go route down the sideline.
Jeremy, I understand that, but the point that we're making here is that Zach Wilson has made none of these plays over the course of 6 years. You're not seeing any of this on his tape. He has 3 touchdowns that were actually thrown into the end zone from 30 and in. If you're talking outside the 30-yard line, this kid doesn't have anything on tape. Now, this is a perfect example of why we have issues scoring points.
Okay, there it goes. He snaps it.
Zach Wilson
in the pocket.
has never made this play. The kid's standing in the pocket, and he delivers a perfect in-stride strike up the middle of the field. Zach Wilson has never made this standard. You see it every Sunday in football. Okay, this is what the game's about. Anywhere on the field, up the left sideline, right sideline, you have never seen this play from Zach Wilson. This is what we drafted at number 2. Jeremy.
That's a mistake.
Now, this kid has never thrown a touchdown past 31 air yards. Okay? Ever. In stride. In 6 years of football. Now, there's an issue. Now, bring up the next throw.
Okay.
Now, this is Zach. Bring up the Davis touchdown, the long one.
Here we are. I remember this play. Thought he was going to be a star.
Okay, now here's the deal with this play, right?
Uh-huh.
You notice how Zach Wilson lines himself up perfectly. He points it out, and then he just unleashes it as hard as he could, as far as he could. Now, this is a major point. This kid throws his ball 57 yards. Every throw Zach Wilson has ever made down the field has been exactly 57 yards. Anything shorter is consistently off target. The reason for that is he doesn't have to judge distance. He's just unleashing it. He's throwing it as far as he can. This kid only makes arm strength throws. He could deliver the ball up, on the sideline on a dart, and he could just throw a football as far as he can. This is a broken play. He has never done it as a schemed actual play. Now, the other part about this is if this throw is 5 yards deeper, it's not a touchdown because he throws everybody covered. The arm strength that you're talking about with Allen never existed with this kid. This is as far as you get. This is as much as you get. Directly in front of him. He can't hit somebody up the sidelines. Ever. And you're talking 6 years of football. You can't make this up. I go to the next throw. You're going to see a lot of missed touchdowns with this kid.
Okay, so here we are. This is the Jets when they played Detroit.
Right. This is pro day throw.
Okay. This is the one everyone went nuts about, right?
Right, exactly.
He's running this way. Kid, he throws it that way.
Right. Now, we won't say that it's almost intercepted, right? Here's the thing, right? This kid lacks the ability to throw the ball down the field and hit anybody in stride. The offensive coordinator is struggling coming up with actual game plans that could use any type of this kid's talent. This is the only scheme touchdown Zach Wilson and the NFL that was an actual called play. Past 13 yards from scrimmage. 13 yards, John. Okay? He has never thrown a touchdown past 13 yards that was schemed other than that particular throw. With air yards in. Everything else is 13 air yards or less. Is that incredible?
That's pretty amazing.
That's horrible. But this is what we're raving about as a fan base. You know, the arm talent that everybody sees is this kid only could hit a stationary target.
Oh.
You can't run an offense, you know, calling contested catch plays for Garrett Wilson all day to just throw it up to him. I'll bring up the next one.
Okay, this one is against Carolina. This was Zach Wilson's first NFL touchdown.
Right. Now pay attention to this touchdown. Now, this is his first game, Jeremy. Okay. The kid has thrown 3 touchdowns over 13 air yards. This is the first one, and I just showed you the other 2. You see the hop, skip, and jump?
Yeah.
And you see the poorly thrown ball.
Yeah.
Okay. This is consistent with his entire tape. Everything you see in college. The kid has never hit an in-stride touchdown over 31 yards. The kid has issues scoring from anywhere on the football field. It's not a red zone issue. It's an everything issue. That's pretty bad, right?
Pretty bad.
Okay, now bring up Zach Wilson's highlights.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Fakes the handoff. Throws it up. Oh, he had to stop to get that one.
Right. Now, here's the deal with that. This kid underthrows this ball every time he throws it. Every time on both sidelines. He pulls the receiver back to the corner. He has never hit this throw. And this is what they drafted. If you're talking a regular route up the sideline, he throws it out of bounds every time. Now, what throw is this? It's go to 230 of this tape.
230. Okay. All right, here we go. Fakes the handoff. There were 2 in the backfield. He throws it deep. That looked pretty nice, right up the middle.
Right. Now here's the thing. It's 52 yards directly in front of him. That's the farthest he could throw a football. It's into coverage. It's directly in front of him. This is consistent with his whole tape. He's done this throw 7 times in 6 years. 4 and I just showed you 2, I think, right? No, I showed you the Davis one. He did 3 in the pros and he did 4 in college. The same exact thing.
Let's look at it.
It has to be directly in front of him, and it has to be as far as he could throw a football. Okay? Now go to 254.
Okay, here we go. These hours of time.
Exactly.
Wow, he just 54 yards downfield.
52, 53, around there, right?
He just threw it as far as he could.
But he threw it into double coverage. You know what he's doing here? He's just throwing a ball. There's no scheme to this offense. You can't run an NFL offense with this. You're trying this against NFL quality cornerbacks. It's never working. I'm showing you every throw the kid has ever made, though.
Yeah.
You can look at every throw. You know, there's hours of tape on this kid. Every single game is available. You could go back to it. He has never hit any type of throw for a touchdown past 30 yards, other than a couple of arm strength throws. You know, which is horrible. How are you going to score? You're talking, this is like a high school quarterback trying to play professional football.
Yeah.
And this is what they drafted. You can't teach this stuff. Okay? That's not, you can't throw with touch. You can't teach that. All this kid does is throw arm strength throws his whole entire career. These are arm strength throws, what he just did. He can't do any type of touch pass, and it's all over his tape. Now go to the next one, 310.
Okay, here we go. Fix the
Okay,
handoff.
now what do you got here? It's throwing directly in front of him. His ball tails to his left. It's not a touchdown. He's down on the 1. 52 yards. Same exact throw. It's consistent. He has another one, nothing tail in. He has a 52-yard throw tail in to his right. He made 1. Okay, and its entire thing. You could take away the whole left sideline, the whole left side of the field. You don't even have to cover it deep with this kid. It's not happening. This is his best throw that he ever made going deep.
This one right
The
now?
one I just showed you. Okay?
Okay.
And it's not even a perfect ball placement throw.
Hmm.
So this is what the New York Jets drafted. Now, if you're talking 7 years, 6 years of football, and this is what you're getting, you can't find more than 20 touch passes, maybe 30 total, okay, in 6 years of football. He just threw one to Conklin this past week, a little 20-yard one. You saw it?
Yeah.
Right. What do you get from that? That he's doing one, not even half a throw per year, per game. You need to make 3-4 of those per game. And you drafted a quarterback that can't do it.
Right. Right. They sold him to be the next superstar Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes type of quarterback.
Jeremy, if I tell you, right, he has a 38-yard touchdown up the seam, right? He could throw a short seam pass like 15, 20 yards on a dart. He could make the outs. He could make the short slant. He could drill it if you're stationary. Everything else is non-existent in this kid's tape. Period. At all. And this is what they're showing you. Now, the sad part is if you translate this to the pros, he has at least 35 throws that are costing him, that probably half of them are costing him points that he's missing. He's underthrowing. He's throwing them out of bounds. It's not an accident. He's never done it. You can't teach that.
Right.
Okay. So, what do you think?
I think it's obvious why we made a mistake drafting him, and I'm glad we're almost done with that mistake. But how do we know Joe Douglas is not going to make that mistake again?
He shouldn't make. You really can't make a mistake on the top 4 quarterbacks in the draft if he takes them. Okay, because there's some very good quarterbacks. He's not going to get Celeb Williams. The hype on him is going to make him go first. Drake May's probably going to go up there. You have Jaden Daniels, who's going to be a good quarterback. McCarthy's going to be a good quarterback. Penix has injury issues, but he could throw a football. I'd even take Bo Nix over what we got. And I'm not too keen. I mean, not until late, like 4th, 5th round on Bo Nix. But those are 5 quarterbacks that just show up and are better than what we're pulling out there. And this is all over his tape. It's not an accident. Now you add in the fact that under pressure, you can look through his whole entire tape. You're not finding pressure throws. You might find 1 or 2. He's never going to stand in a pocket and take a hit like everybody else does. So if you can't handle pressure, all you're doing is hitting the throws that you want. You're off-platform stuff. If you're only going to choose the throw that you want, then it's not going to work in the NFL. And this is what's happening. You got to line yourself up to throw a ball 57 yards. You can't even reach, you're not even going to attempt it until you line yourself up. He's passing up throws, Jeremy. It's all over his tape. Between the missed throws and the passed up throws, you're talking probably 30 touchdowns over the course of 3 years. You know what that does last year? That makes you a playoff team. You know what that does this year? Makes you a playoff team. And this is what happened.
That's crazy. We should, I gotta look. It would probably be a good idea, like, in the future, to look at some of the quarterbacks you're talking about in this year's draft and see if they got the goods.
Let me tell you, a quarterback needs to have a lot of different traits that you look at. Okay, they actually drafted a quarterback that the first thing you look at is the ability to throw a football. Okay, if you hype up consistently the same exact throws that are common in the NFL, driving a football up the field 20 yards. It's a nice thing, but you can't build an offense around it. It's not happening. And I can show you 35 throws at least in the pros over 3 years where he blew it. And he had time. So the excuses aren't there. He was pressured, he's this. That's what's happening. If you give him time, he's still not making these throws. And these are the important throws. So you see where there's an issue, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Could you save this kid? If you put him in a perfect situation, like San Francisco, right? And you put him with great coach and everything, you're still not going to have top level production. They might be able to get into the playoffs, covering up for his deficiencies, but he's gonna blow a game for you. He's gonna give up 4 games a year on not being able to make certain types of throws, and it's consistent. He did it last year. He did it. He did it. You could look just the Kansas City game. If you bring up the Kansas City game, he missed Wilson in the end zone. He missed Lazard up the sideline. Easy touchdown. Except he's throwing it off his back foot. He's trying to line himself up and he's late. He throws it. He makes it a contested pass. That's a touchdown. How many times could give that away?
Man, so he cost us enough. I don't think he's going to ever cost us anything again, right? These games don't mean anything. Next year, I wonder if he'll even be on the team. What do you think?
I don't know. The kid has some really good qualities. Okay, he does work really hard, and he seems like he really cares. But if you can't teach the kid how to, you're not even talking about processing yet. Okay, he literally is a one-read quarterback who goes straight to a dump off. The only thing our defensive coordinator is showing you, okay, is look offs. Like he'll have him look at the first progression and look off of it to the second progression to make it look like it's the second progression, but the second progression is actually the first progression. Or they'll have him, look off a safety to try to open up a play. I using his eyes to maneuver. Yeah, you could do that, but you can't do that consistently in the NFL. It's not happening. And you can't rely on, just arm strength against NFL level cornerbacks. It's not happening. You got to be able to make the touch throws.
Well, I'll tell you, with that said, I got to tell you, Tony, I'm ordering a pizza.
Yeah, no, definitely. You need more than a pizza. I think when they did that, when they game planned that Uzama throw, I think they went to the Bada Bing, Michael Floor and all the guys. He took them there, and then they just got whatever. And that's the only scheme touchdown. Think about it. That's ridiculous. Over 13 air yards.
Crazy.
Right, exactly. Okay, I'll give you an example, right?
Yeah.
Will Levis threw 3 scheme touchdowns over 20 yards in one game. Is 4 touchdown game. This kid has 1 in 3 years. I'm sorry, right? But you can't make this up.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to order that pizza, and I'll call you back maybe to look at those quarterbacks. How about it?